Yeah, my subjects that was assigned to me, given to me in this reality to be around me. I notice they're not very happy. They make each other unhappy all the fucking time. It's like their mission in life. They came to this plane to fuck shit up, make sure someone goes down to their plane. Somehow they got in. They're like snakes on the plane. Okay, you got different types of planes, levels of life, and earnings, and ones that don't belong. And they tend to sneak in a lot of times. And that's what you see going on. They all over the goddamn place. Then you ask them, like, they'd be sitting there saying, I hate my job. And it's like, well, why are you here? It's because I can die. Okay, you can die. So it means you're already dead. That you took a bribe. You took a fucking assignment you weren't supposed to do. You weren't prepared for it. You didn't have the confidence in it. You were insecure about it. And you make a lot of mistakes with that insecurity. So you can't be prideful enough to be able to be leader. You shouldn't be in leadership because you don't know how to do it without lying and covering shit up with blankets and stuff and blinding one's eye. You would be standing with perfection and truth and loyalty, and you wouldn't have nothing to hide. But since you're hiding a lot of shit and you have a lot of secrecy in you of what you do to others and covering over it and not letting people know, it goes to show you are a fraud yourself. You have no right to be calling anybody a scam artist when you're in leadership and you don't belong there, and you get led to flock into a freaking dead end, like dead end jobs and everything else, walls, brick walls, and not no sanity on any side. You just create an evil business and call that a life, a way of life. And then you wonder why we're not getting ahead. You got kids unhappy, parents unhappy, you got the government unhappy. Now you got fucking other people that are hiring the government unhappy, and nobody's satisfied, and you call that sanity. And you call it satisfaction and a way of life, the facts of life. And then now saying life's unfair when I thought it was supposed to be fair ladies and fair men. But how can you have that if you have untrustworthy people that tell you to put your hands into their hands, and then they go and lie to you? I mean, how the fuck's that work? I mean, the cops laugh about it all the time, how they lie to people. They say that they come to help, but they actually come to kidnap, take, and fucking confiscate, and then say that you owe them for them wasting your fucking time and giving you all types of terror, and then telling you that, you're the fucking insane one for not taking their pills and accepting them as the fucking leader, even though they suck at it and they're not very good expertise at fucking taking care of themselves or their fucking family members or their children at that. They're neglecting them all the time and say, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. Don't worry about where my kids are safe, even though I'm not with them and I prefer somebody else to be with them because I trust them. So I'm neglecting the person I love, and I'm also taking advantage I can trust. I always be doing that all the time. That's how you be thinking all the time. You be having employees fucking thinking of themselves, and the kids thinking of themselves, and the kids thinking of parents, and the parents not thinking of the right parents, and the parents um, doing wrong for the ugly to the other parents, kind of show their dominance because they say they're a better parent than that parent. And then you got the children doing the same thing, competing in the fucking school system, saying I'm better than you. Not in a sport, but making everything a sport these days, just like gender. Now the men are better than the fucking women when it comes to fucking raising kids, even though the man's not the one that freaking had the kid. And don't see that the woman, if we never had no government, she can just have sex, walk on, not even know that she's pregnant, and then find out 9 months later, oh my God, there's a baby coming out of me. What the fuck is this shit? And then realizing that she's got tits, and the baby's crying for it when she's trying to hug it, and she notices it starts latching onto her tits, and then realizing, oh my God, that's natural life. That's how we started out. But people want to keep following the fucking dumb man shit fucking way of living and thinking like them, and not the beehive mind how it all fucking started, because the men are shit and they'll always be shit, and they hate the fact that they're not the gold mines and that they need a woman in order to fucking create life. But they just gonna keep going ahead with their fucking badasses and listen to the women that are just ignorantly just fucking away and not even know the reason, the purpose of life, and why the fuck you have to breed, and why you have a man aside of you to help you in the times of fucking bad men on the land, and the snakes getting in and creeping in, and then you got the fucking retards where they want you to force you to be with somebody you're not pleasurable and into in that way. They can't accept the rejection, so they want to keep on taunting and taking and confiscating, so that way you fucking love them. They want you to worship them in a way that it is forced and not because you willingly want to do it. They want to take away free will. Yeah, that's what I notice about people. Why the fuck you gonna sit there and talk about you're miserable, your patients don't listen to you, your fucking customers don't listen to you, or your subjects don't listen to you, your students and shit, when you're the one that took on that job first, and you said you got what it takes, and it looks like you don't have what it takes, because if you did what have it takes, you wouldn't be complaining about it, you would be enjoying it, and they would be enjoying it on that end too, because people are willingly wanting to do it, not being forced to fucking do it. But all you see in this reality is everybody being forced to do something against their will. Now, certain things they want you to do that is forced, so that way they don't fall off the track. That's why they asked you. But if you're not doing it when they're asking you, you're not forcing when they ask you to force, and you are not doing exactly the way they want you to do it, then you end up getting fucking karma hitting your end too, because you don't like that done to you when somebody takes away from you, but you think it's all right to take away from somebody else what they like, and then you think that you have a right to go stepping your foot in somebody else's life, but then you don't want that shit done to you. So you got to look at the fucking simple fact of who's on whose end here, who's the ones forcing whose way in, who's the one that doesn't belong having it, who the ones that belong having it, who's the one that earned it, who's the one that didn't earn it, who's the one that belonged in one section and one puzzle of the picture, because you also got to look at the puzzle. You can't have all the pieces scattered all over the place and then expect a goddamn perfect picture.